If you're skinny fat, then bulking the wrong way will destroy you. You won't get bigger, you won't get stronger, you'll just get fatter and even less confident than before. That's not because you're lazy or you have bad genetics, it's because you're following a strategy that turns skinny fat guys into even fatter skinny fat guys. So in this video, I'm going to break down exactly why your bulks keep failing, how I went from 165 pounds to 210 and still didn't build any muscle, and the exact way to bulk if you actually want to look jacked when you cut down. But before I show you the 3 rules to maximize your bulking phase, we need to talk about something that nobody explains, which is why you're not building any muscle even though you're eating more and training loads. Because until you understand that, every bulk you do is just going to make you look fat and scared to look at your own reflection in the mirror. You've probably been told that bulking is simple. Just eat more, train more, and when the scale's going up, you're gaining muscle. And that's exactly what I believed as well. So after losing 70 pounds and ending up skinny fat, I thought I needed to cut even more. So I cut down to 165 pounds. And instead of looking like Brad Pitt from Fight Club, which is what I thought I'd look like, I ended up looking like Gollum. So if you're not a nerd, I basically just ended up really skinny with no muscle at all. So I thought, right, it's time to bulk. I'll eat loads of calories and I'll get huge and ripped. I aimed to gain around 1.5 to 2 pounds a week. I didn't track my protein, I didn't control my surplus, I didn't train anywhere near hard enough to actually build any muscle. So within 3 months, I was back up to 210 pounds, but I had the same soft look. I had a puffier face, a fat stomach. Then I cut again, thinking I'd finally reveal all of the size I added. But when the fat came off, I just looked skinny again, like I'd barely even lifted in the first place. Here's the truth that nobody tells you. Most people think that you only need to be precise when you're cutting, but if you're not precise when you're bulking, your body just stores the extra food as fat because it has no reason to use it to build muscle. Muscle growth is very, very slow. It only happens when your body is forced to adapt and you give it the right conditions, such as high quality training, eating enough protein, and a controlled surplus over a long period of time. If you rush it, you don't speed up muscle growth, you just speed up fat gain. I see the same pattern with every single guy that I coach. They'll come to me saying, I'm bulking, I'm eating loads, I'm up 10 pounds, but I don't look any bigger. And when I look at their training, the problem is obvious. It's not their split, it's not their exercise selection, it's not even how many days per week they're in the gym, it's how hard they train. Most of their sets are miles away from failure. They stop when it burns and not when they literally can't do another rep with a gun to their head. There's no real progression and they're just hoping that the food does all the work. You need to understand that your body only builds muscle when your training forces it to adapt. So if you never push it to that point, it has zero reason to use your calories for growth, meaning it will just store them as fat. You don't gain muscle by eating more, you earn it by training to failure, then eating food to actually recover and grow from the hard work that you do in the gym. For years, I thought the goal of a bulk was pretty simple. You get the scale moving up, you train more days, and you eat as much as possible. But that's a backwards way of looking at it. The real goal isn't to gain weight at all costs. The real goal is to train as hard as you can recover from, and then give your body just enough food and recovery to grow from that training. Your training is the foundation, and everything is built around it. It's exactly like trying to make your room look aesthetic with fancy furniture, but the wallpaper is this horrible pattern that your nan would love. So you need to fix the wallpaper first, and then everything else starts to look a lot better. So in your bulk, training intensity is the wallpaper, as it's the foundation. And if that's wrong, no amount of extra food will make the room look aesthetic. So here's the shift and the rules that I want you to remember. Number 1, a controlled surplus. So your job is not to see crazy jumps on the scale. Your job is to give your body just enough extra energy to build muscle and not stockpile fat. Number 2 is eat high protein. And you want to do this every single day consistently because that's the raw building material your body needs to actually construct new muscle tissue. Then rule 3 is recovery first and volume second. So you want to take all your sets to failure and then organize your split so you're not constantly sore and mentally fried going into your next session. So once I made that shift, which was to start training hard, controlling my surplus and actually recovering, when I bulked up and then cut down, I didn't just look like a smaller version of my old self. I finally looked lean and muscular instead of skinny fat again. Now, if you're listening to this and thinking, all right, but I've got no idea what my maintenance calories are or how big my surplus should be, I've actually made this really simple for you. because I've built a free bulk or cut calculator that tells you whether you should bulk or cut right now, exactly how many calories to eat, how much protein you need, and roughly how long you need to stay in that phase for. So if you don't want to guess and end up fat again, just simply plug your numbers into the calculator and it will tell you how to avoid that. So the link for this is in the description and in the pinned comment below. All right, so now you understand why your bulks have been failing. Now let me show you exactly how to fix it step by step so you never waste a bulk ever again. So I've already given you the 3 rules, but how can you actually apply these rules to your life right now? I've tried to make this extremely simple for you and I call it the lean bulk trifecta. And if you get these right, you'll build muscle without blowing up your body fat percentage. So rule 1 is a controlled surplus. So like I've already mentioned before, you need to give your body enough calories to grow, but not drown it in calories so it just stores them as fat. The main way to apply this is eating at around 150 to 300 calories above your maintenance, and then aiming to gain around half a pound a week or a max of 2 pounds a month. And you need to do this by increasing your calories slowly so you can sit in a mild surplus for a multitude of months rather than just a few weeks. You need to avoid what I did previously, and that was to just jump straight into a 700 to an 1,000 calorie surplus and panicking and bumping your calories up every time the weight stalls on the scale. This matters because the more time you're in a small surplus, it means the more muscle you're going to gain and the less fat you're also going to gain as well. Rule 2 is high protein. You must provide the raw material your body needs to actually build new muscle. And you do this by eating around 1 gram per pound of body weight every single day. And an easy way to incorporate this is simply to add protein to what you're already eating, such as whey in your oats or yogurt or extra meat in meals, high protein snacks such as a protein bar. And you want to please spread this across the day. Don't just eat 200 grams of protein in one sitting, because trust me, the aftermath of that is absolutely horrific. So protein matters because without enough of it, your body simply can't build new muscle tissue, no matter how hard you train or how many calories that you eat. Rule 3 is recovery-centered training. Your goal here is to maximize hard quality sets. So I want you to ask yourself this: how many sets can I take close to true failure before my performance and recovery completely tank? In order to grow, it's essential that you take your sets right to that edge where another clean rep is almost impossible, and then build your split around how often each muscle can handle that level of effort. And this matters because muscle is built in the recovery from hard training, not during endless half effort sets. And when you line up intensity, recovery, and a controlled surplus like this, the gains finally show up. This lean bulk trifecta is exactly how I've helped guys like my client Noah gain around 9 kilos of muscle, how my other client Michael went from a 60 kg to a 110 kg bench, and how I've built enough muscle to finally escape the skinny fat trap myself. So that's why you still can't build muscle as a skinny fat guy, and exactly how to bulk without getting fat again. But you'll still mess this up if you don't know the timeline to getting abs from your skinny fat starting point. Because if you bulk for too long, you'll just get fat. And if you cut too early, you'll just get skinny. And if you switch phases at the wrong time, you're going to undo months of hard work and just end up looking the same. Once most skinny fat guys finally fix their training and learn how to bulk properly, they still end up screwing up because they switch phases at the wrong time. They bulk too long, cut too early, and ruin months of hard work without even knowing it. So before you do the same, click this video right here, because I'm going to break down the exact timeline month by month so you know how long to bulk, when to cut, when to stop, and when you'll finally see visible abs.